So there I was on Amazon Prime Day trying to find the right tropical shirt.
Oh, I've done that too.
For the big event coming up.
I've done that too. It's it's harder for women to find floral dresses, right? And floral outfits.
Well, you know me, I ordered 20 or 30 of them, because I like to try clothes on. All right, I ordered one.
Do you do a costume change in the middle of the event?
Yes, Liza.
Is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Thank you, boss. And don't forget to get the form right. We're talking about this because Andre and I are proud to be asked and happy to be emceeing the Goombay Bash 21. Goombay Bash 21 coming up.
It's my favorite event of the year.
Well, it's just a blast.
It's the funnest event that we MC. It's for the best cause.
Well, good people.
I'm giving it all away.
Good people. Good people
John
at the heart of it. And John DeCoste, you know this group well because you've worked with them for a long time.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everything is so good about this.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you guys go ahead, introduce our guest.
All right. You want one? You want me to? All right. The H Foundation. I'm going to let you guys describe the H Foundation. One of the founders, John Rod, and executive director, Cortney Hausser. I paused because I'm so used to your maiden name. Now you're ripe old age. Yeah, ripe into your first year of marriage.
Cortney's a new mom.
I know. Well, about to be.
Yeah.
You keep wanting her to have the baby on the show.
There's a lot of things out there about, what we should name the baby. I've heard John, I've heard Steve. I'm hearing a lot of names.
And both of those are good.
And it's a girl, too. So, hey, no.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Amadeus. That's all I'm going to say.
Right? But tell us about the H Foundation. Let me stop talking and throw the ball in your court.
John, tell people how this started, because the fact that you've, in 20 years, have turned this into what it's turned into is crazy.
Well, thank you. It started 20 years ago when a good friend of ours was diagnosed with breast cancer, and a few friends, our business, family friends, we started talking about it, and everyone was really devastated, and we're just trying to figure out what we could do, how we could help people cope, how we could help people feel like they could do something about it, and we decided that we would do a fundraiser.
And through one of the places I was thrown out of, I got asked, well, would you do this? And I said, well, who hasn't been touched by cancer? This is 20 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. Right.
And where did we do the first one? It was a hotel ballroom, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was out at the Signature Room. They had a ballroom out there in Woodridge.
Yeah, and we thought, this is as big as this is ever going to get.
Oh, yeah.
And now, 2 weeks from now, the Aeon at Navy Pier.
The Grand Ballroom will be
practically
filled.
Lake Michigan. Packed.
Will be filled. And, 1 year you couldn't do it, and Pete McMurray filled in for you and said, hey, can you co-host? It's called the Goombay Bash with me. Mm-hmm. And I had always heard you guys talking about Goombay and the Goombay Bash and the H Foundation. And I did it, and I said, oh, my gosh, please ask me every year, because this is so much fun.
It is fun.
Cortney, talk about just how the success, and it's grown from, what Steve just said.
And what you do with the money, lady.
Yeah.
Tell them what you do with the money.
Absolutely. So it's really a unique organization. I mean, the Goombay Bash is actually based on the Caribbean cocktail, the Goombay Smash. And so our event is your typical black tie. It's shorts, flip-flops, Hawaiian shirts. Last year, we raised $1 million at the event. Anne Laurie was our celebrity guest herself.
And Anne Laurie doesn't just make appearances.
No,
correct.
She's not fond of being in front of people. She just likes to raise money and give it away.
Yeah, because every dollar goes to the Laurie Cancer Center.
Absolutely. So when we got started, really the idea was to support cancer research. And, we didn't want to just choose one type of cancer. We wanted it to impact everyone. So all of the dollars that we raised since 2001, we've actually raised $11 million. All of that money has stayed here in Chicago for the Robert H. Lurie Comprehensive Cancer Center of Northwestern University. And our money is used as seed money. And so we invest in basic science cancer research projects, and that's turned into $250 million of additional funding.
I don't think people understand how that works, that the amount of money that you raise can be exponentially increased because the dominoes start to fall on something. That brings more money in, and then suddenly you've got breakthroughs, right?
Absolutely. So really what we're looking at is really the start of, where cancer research begins in that basic science level, and investing right there. So our money goes directly into the researchers so that they can advance those projects and eventually move them forward. We've had some great success. The Laurie Cancer Center is one of the best places that we could put those dollars. So we're very, very lucky, and our supporters continue to come out every single year. Like I said, last year was our 20th anniversary. We raised $1 million. And so we just keep looking forward to doing it again. I mean, it's a fun party of the summer.
fun.
It's the thing to go to.
How do you get tickets?
Is.
So you get tickets by going to our website at goombaybash.com. Or you can go to hfoundation.org. Either way, you can get there to get the tickets.
Special celebrity guests this year?
We do. We're very, very excited. I'm going to let John tell you this
Yes.
one.
Well, this is important to John because if you remember, there was a team coming out of Pittsburgh, won 4 Super Bowls. John was the number 1 target of the guy that's coming in.
Oh, yes.
John played wideout on those teams.
I was part of the Immaculate Reception.
That's right, you were.
For sure.
Your special guest is?
Terry Bradshaw.
How about that?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so good.
How
That
about
is
Terry
so good.
Bradshaw's coming in. Love that.
I know.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Plus, is there a more regular guy than Terry? He'll love this.
Yeah.
Because he's been stuffed into a tuxedo a time or two.
For sure. We're really excited to have him. He just fits our crowd, our culture, and who we are. He is so fun.
Yeah.
I know he's very much looking forward to being there.
And he loves meeting fans.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not one of those stuffy corporate affairs.
Right. No, it's going to be a blast. All right, so we'll come back, talk a little bit more about some specifics. But again, remind them on tickets.
goombaybash.com.
And again, it's at Aon on the ballroom at the end of Navy Pier.
July 22nd?
2 weeks from Saturday.
No,
No,
it's actually
week
July
from
22nd.
Saturday. It's a week from
A week
Saturday.
from Saturday.
2 weeks from Saturday.
know.
There's not going to be anybody there.
It is so much fun.
It's a week from Saturday. We'll be there. And we want you to be there with us. So more coming up with these guys in just a second. And also on the way, comedian Kevin Bozeman and Ray Stajic to explain where you can see the Northern Lights tomorrow, weather permitting. Nick, are we going to get slammed with this weather today?
Today, yeah.
So it looks like radar's like, I thought we might catch a break, but it looks like the radar's kind of clustering. And
Yeah.
so we're in trouble.
It's going to be wet.
Just a little bit.
So 12:58 tea time doesn't look that promising.
No, probably not. Sorry.
Asking for a friend. Courtney Hausser, John Rod, proudly representing the H Foundation, is here 21st Annual Goombay Bash, Saturday, July 22nd, goombaybash.com. And, John, you do the comedy event or help put it together every year.
Yeah, and we have to mention this because it's coming up. We don't have the date set. It's either the last Thursday in February or the first Thursday in March, but it will be our good friend Mike Toomey, and it will be Annabelle Laval, both from WG. Annabelle Laval. Are you kidding me?
awesome.
And
Yeah.
our buddy Jim Flanagan. So that's a loaded show.
That's a funny
Oh,
show.
It's a
yeah.
loaded show.
Very funny show. So stay tuned. For folks that for some reason have a date conflict on that night and can't change it, we think you should, but can't change it. Can they donate online?
Absolutely. Yes. A lot of our support comes from pre-event support. So donations, sponsorships, tickets. We walk into that event not knowing where we're going to end up. And it's amazing to see 1,000 people in the Grand Ballroom come together and celebrate the fact that every dollar raised that night is supporting cancer research and something so personal to every one of us.
Cancer's 1 degree. Think about it. If you haven't personally had it or been affected by it or a survivor, you're 1 degree away. I mean, every one of us in this room can name someone that they know, a family member, a best friend.
I couldn't name anybody that doesn't have some
Right.
impact.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I go through my family and I'm like, oh my God, cousins and aunts and grandmas and, things of that nature. But anytime you donate to a cause, you always wonder, like, you know what, where does the money go? That's why I think your organization is just amazing and incredible.
smart.
Because Dr. Leon, one of the chief researchers at Lurie Cancer Center, is at the event and shows you a video and says, hey, you know what? We're using your money to make these advances and for treatment and whatnot. So that I think is, kudos to you because he comes to the event and tells you what he does with the money that you're donating.
Absolutely. It's one of the highlights of the event. John and I talk about this often that, you don't get to go to an event with 1,000 people in a room and hear absolute complete silence. And when Dr. Platanius gets onto that stage and Lori gets onto that stage, whoever that may be, it goes completely silent and the attention is focused because our dollars are making an impact. Our dollars are making a difference here in Chicago. And well beyond that, I mean, the research that we have done, the research that we've been a part of. And when I say we have done, we are not the researchers. We're supporting the researchers.
No, if you guys were the doctors, it'd be a whole different event.
Very, very
And
different.
we'd be having security escort you out of the room.
But those things are actually making an impact. A few years ago, we actually helped to fund with a $20,000 grant on co-fertility. It was a beginning phase. It was the beginning of the research. And it really was for women who are undergoing cancer treatment, I believe between the ages of 12 and I want to say 25, to help them have children later in life. And we started with a $20,000 grant that turned into $21.6 million of additional funding. And now it's a practice that's being practiced. So it's amazing to see. And it's amazing that a group of friends who started in 2001, just really with the idea of, let's host an event, let's raise some money for cancer, has now turned into an $11 million organization.
Yeah, and John, you're modest about this, but the great people at Horton's Lighting,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the engine that pushed this thing forward. And aside from being the best lighting store you could possibly go into, it's great that everybody has bought in from the word go 21 years ago.
Yeah, so proud of our team and the fact that 21 years later, we're still going and still growing. And last year, I threw out a goal to the team that we would raise $1 million for the year. And we ended up doing $1 million in one night.
In a night.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fantastic? And
I've never seen that number.
If you only go to one or two events a year or a summer, make this the one, because this is a who's who. I mean, everybody.
Well, it's funny,
is there.
and John, both Johns, DeCosse and John Wright, you guys can identify with this, Nick as well. When your beautiful wife or girlfriend or whomever in your life comes to you and says,
I have both.
I know you do. And Jackie's dating as well, and good for her.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
So when they come to you and say, we're going to this event, your first thought is, oh, God, I don't want to dress up. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
This
the
is
spouses
something.
all want to go.
It's going to be tough to get him to come home because he's going to be having so much fun. I promise you.
Yes.
I'm the last guy who wants to put on a tux.
Mm-hmm. But you don't have to for this.
No. I mean, pants of some kind. Short pants.
For sure. Yes.
We highly encourage pants.
Short pants for sure. And
Or grass skirts, if that's your thing. It's a Hawaiian theme.
John, I don't want to dress like John.
Yeah, no,
you
that's
can't be
my thing.
twinsies.
That is my hook.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Great food.
Yeah, where else or what other event has a pig roast at the end of Navy Pier?
Yeah, and concludes the night with fireworks.
I know.
I mean, it's the best. We just love it.
Yeah, I don't think you
doing
guys have missed a trick.
It really, one of the ideas, truly when the founders got started was we wanted to create something that was fun, because you just said it correctly. Everyone gets invited to those black tie events. Everyone's asked to put on the tux and the dress and walk into a room.
It's fine. It's fine.
And it's fine. And
It's fine.
it
Yes,
is.
yes.
But this gives the opportunity that anyone that has ever been touched by cancer in any way, whether you're the person walking in and writing a check for $50,000 or you're the person walking in and writing a check for $10, we have a way of being involved with this event because cancer doesn't care. Cancer does not
100%.
care what tax bracket, what demographic, anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we wanted this event to be about. It's continued that way. We've held true to those roots. And truly, it's something that will never change.
Mm-hmm.
The family member of Horton's you lost that was the inspiration for all of this. Does their family stay in touch with the foundation?
They do, absolutely. Her mom's very involved. Her sister's very involved. So it's great to still have those roots and remember
cool
where we
legacy.
started.
What a cool legacy that is.
Yeah, what a cool way to make her memory live forever.
So if there are families that are going, listen, I hear Steve talk about this for years, and Andre and everybody, I want to try and get there, but is there a way for me to pay tribute to somebody I lost? What do people do for that?
So we actually have a part of our event that night that's called our Memorial Palm Tree. So we ask people to make a $20 donation, send us a picture of the person's name, and we actually have a tribute that runs the entire evening with all of the people in our lives that have been touched by cancer. And it's amazing. There are hundreds of slides of people who have donated that $20, gotten involved in some way. And again, when you donate $20, that doesn't mean you're just donating $20. That money is multiplying and turning into more opportunities for those researchers. And so for a small investment like that, it's a great way to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
John, I know the last thing you want to do is come in and sit here on the radio with me, so I appreciate you doing that. But is there anything we haven't talked about that you want to make sure people know?
I just think it's important for people to know that this is the event that anyone can be a part of. And cancer is a disease that affects everyone. And we've had 7 and 9-year-old boys do a lemonade stand and donate their money. We have, radio personalities and TV personalities that come out and support us, and families, businesses. There's so many different ways, so many different people. But if anyone's been touched by the disease, come join us.
And you know what's super cool too is the root of all of this is friendship. It's 4 friends. You're still young, but young when you started it. Had an idea and thought, you know what? Let's start this. I mean, this just shows anyone, hey, you have an idea, take it and run with it.
Yeah.
It's amazing what people can accomplish when they come together. And the fact that our money that we've raised has turned into over $250 million in cancer research funds. It's just
that
amazing.
is just
It's amazing.
so good.
And so many times people glaze over when they hear cancer and they go, this is 60, 70, 80 years they've been trying to figure out cancer. Cancer is an umbrella that covers tens, if not hundreds, of different diseases and conditions. And the breakthroughs that have been made are incredible. And the lives that have been saved and are incredible. $250 million in research dollars, you'll never fully be able to quantify all the difference you've made. So your $2, your $5, your $10. I'm glad you mentioned kids, because kids want to help, but they don't know how to help. So if you can do something in the next week, where you go, let's get this together, kids, and get them out of the house in the summer, sell lemonade or whatever. You just go to the website and you can figure out a way to make a contribution right there and teach your kids how to give back. So one more time for tickets and information.
Go to GoombayBash.com. And right there, you'll find all the information about our 21st Annual Goombay Bash presented by Becknell Industrial.
Have you thought about Goombay as a name for the baby?
I haven't, but we'll consider it.
Maybe Goombay Metal?
Yeah.
Goombay.
There you go.
I'll ask my husband. We'll see how it goes.
Probably not great. Yeah.
I don't like the chances.
Yeah,
but
doesn't work. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
And God bless the whole Hortons family and the H Foundation family for everything you're doing. Hope to see you guys there. Navy Pier a week from Saturday night. News time now. Here comes Nick on the Big 89 WLS.